our voices really do matter, and the people matter, and fuck ICE is all I want to say.
For all children of immigrants, this is also for those who came to this country in search of better opportunity to be a part of a nation that promised freedom for all and equal opportunity to everyone willing to work for it. Thank you for bringing your culture,
what if they don't?
Your music, your stories, and
what if they don't work for it?
I'm a product of bravery, and I think those people deserve to be celebrated.
What is brave about going to a country and taking their stuff? And then banking on that country just granting you amnesty. Like, what is brave about that? Over the weekend, thinking, I guess, that they're still as relevant as they once were, the Grammys decided to do. A lot of people don't think that the Grammys are like they be, but it do.
As grateful as I feel, I honestly don't feel like I need to say anything, but that
She's going to.
No one is illegal on stolen land.
We're not savage, we're not animals, we're not aliens, we are humans.
We just need to keep fighting and speaking up and protesting, and our voices really do matter, and the people matter, and fuck ICE is all I want to say.
I have been very vocal about the fact that I'm scared of what I'm seeing in this country.
Oh, the retarded rhythm's going to get you.
This is not the place that I grew up in.
The whistle is there to represent all the observers in Minneapolis, and they are out there on the street corner in 30 below, and they are warning their neighbors of danger. And I think, music is a beautiful thing. We make it with soft hands, though.
And again, the last thing I want to say.
'Cause you're gay.
Immigrants built this country, literally.
And Jiffy Pop made my hat.
Actually. So this is for them. For all children of immigrants, this is also for those who came to this country in search of better opportunity to be a part of a nation that promised freedom for all and equal opportunity to everyone willing to work for it. Thank you for bringing your culture,
what if they don't?
your music, your stories, and
what
your
if they don't work
here.
for it?
You give America color. I love y'all so much.
Well, we all gotta keep showing up, and it's not me, it's us as a culture, especially in this moment with the immigration situation. I'm Latino, and I gotta keep supporting my people. Even though if I'm not in their situation, it's our people's.
I guess I want to say I'm up here as a granddaughter of an immigrant. I wouldn't be here.
Yeah, immigrants are fine.
Sure.
Legal. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a product of bravery, and I think those people deserve to be celebrated.
You Before I say thanks to God, I'm gonna say eyes out.
Ice out. I think you meant to say ice out.
Right.
Ice. It was misinterpreted by some.
I thought he said eyes out too.
Yeah.
Freaky, dude. I forgot about that.
Took it a little literally. Took his eyes. Oh, my parents came here, which an act of bravery. Let me ask you. What is brave about going to a country and taking their stuff? And then banking on that country just granting you amnesty. Like, what is brave about that? It almost, to me, I guess maybe we would swap it for entitled. Like, what would be brave is, let's say you're actually in a country that is terrible, really of your own people's doing, since we're talking about my peoples. Your people have made it terrible. Mm-hmm. Your people have turned your countries into socialist hellholes. And of course, your corrupt government, but they're a product of your people, as you hold us accountable for our government being a byproduct of our people. What would be brave would be staying there and fighting to improve your country. What would be brave would be the settlers and then the early founders staying here and fighting off the world's greatest superpower and empire to preserve your country. That would be brave, not fleeing and going somewhere else, knocking on the door and expecting them to take you in. These leftists, I guess they watch the story of the Three Little Pigs, and they see the brave ones as the brothers who made the house out of sticks and straw. Are we confusing a lack of forethought with bravery? Or is it brave that they finally decided to be deadbeats and go sleep on their brick house brother's couch?
No, the bravery is doing something they know is illegal.
Ah, but it shouldn't be illegal.
Bravery comes from trying to not get arrested for doing the thing that they were legally not allowed to do.
Right.
That's the bravery.
I think it's very brave that they came here to take advantage of opportunities that weren't afforded to them in the previous country and browbeat people here into giving them more stuff. Yeah, how brave that is. This is a nation built by immigrants. No, it's not. It's not. It is not. It was built by settlers. And by the way, think about that. That's a sacrifice. And you could say it all the way from the early settlers to the waves of immigrants who came here throughout the early 20th century. They didn't come here for a giant welfare program. They didn't come here for social safety nets or benefits. They came here with a few nickels in their pocket at great risk to their own. The only thing they were promised was opportunity. Those people built the country. That's not what we now know today as an immigrant. Someone who comes here, has built nothing, and takes advantage of the systems that are built. Those who are brave are the people who built the systems that are being siphoned off by those who contribute nothing. Bravery would be building a country up and your own system. Yes, I don't care which country it is. Nicaragua, Honduras, Haiti, Venezuela, take your pick. Brave would be making yours like the picture, the USA. A lot of bloodshed here to make it happen. Those are the brave ones. Not you coming here and working off the books for 5 years and then telling the media your sob story when you're deported. There's nothing brave about that. You may want to argue that they should be allowed to, but brave? It's just so silly. And we throw everyone in the same immigrants. You're going to tell me that the Italian immigrant or the Irish immigrant coming here in the 1910s, you're going to tell me that those at the Four Corners fighting in gangs of New York are the same as people coming here now and just leaving an emergency room and not footing the bill, and that we're not allowed to acknowledge the difference lest we be considered racist? Come on. And this is the thing. I don't think it works with some, like we just showed you, the Tuck Tail podcast bros. But it's not working with the American people who did vote for this. It's almost like they're still stuck in time in 2019 and they think these talking points work. And speaking of 2019, here's Trevor Noah, their host.
Nicki Minaj is not here. She is not here. She is still at the White House with Donald Trump discussing very important issues. Actually, Nikki, I have the biggest ass. I have it. Everybody's saying it, Nikki. I know they say it's you, but it's me. Wop, wop, wop. Look at it. Look at it, baby.
Okay, 3 things wrong with that. First, do you see how quickly they turn on you? Nicki Minaj, yeah. She was celebrated by these people. Second, wop, 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 I think is in reference to that song WAP. That is Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion, which also makes Trevor Noah racist. Third, he's doing a terrible Trump impression. Now, you can do a bad impression if the material is really strong, right? You can have one or the other. He actually thinks that impression is so good that he can lazily deliver material. Like, it's not a good Trump impression. Everything about it is lazy and second rate. There's a reason that he's not doing the gig anymore. Trevor Noah also, again, 2019, made this joke.
Song of the Year. Congratulations, Billie Eilish. Wow. That is a Grammy that every artist wants, almost as much as Trump wants Greenland, which makes sense. I mean, because Epstein's island is gone, he needs a new one to hang out with Bill Clinton. So, I told you it's my last year. What are you going to do about it?
Well, oh, that's right. He thinks that that's like Gervais. Here's the problem. I know. Ricky Gervais showed up at the Emmys and he skewered everyone there in the audience for the elites that they were, right? And it offended them. That's why a lot of people didn't want it. It was a big controversy. Trevor Noah, alongside everyone there who was bashing ICE, decided to pile on. Like, there's no risk there. There's no risk in Hollywood in making fun of Donald Trump.
Edgy.
You made fun of people who aren't here.
Right.
That we all hate anyway.
Yep. Ricky Gervais looked them in the eye and made fun of them.
Said Epstein was their friend.
Yes.
Oh, I know. He was your friend.
He was your friend. I don't give a what. I don't care. It was true. People respected it. Trevor Noah sucks. That's it. He's people talk about punching up. You're at the Grammys. You're at the Grammy. You got a lot of people there. You have a concentration of wealth that is seen almost nowhere else. None of them should be skewered.
It's absolutely crazy to me that you can make fun of Nicki Minaj when she's not there, when right behind you, that nasty pig, Chrissy Teigen, is going like this. I know. And you say nothing about her?
I know. How many people there have rape charges on them, for crying out loud? So anyways, Trump replied to that. He wrote, "The Grammy Awards are the worst, all caps, virtually unwatchable. CBS is lucky not to have this garbage litter their airwaves any longer. The host, Trevor Noah, whoever he may be, is almost as bad as Jimmy Kimmel at the low ratings Academy Awards. Noah said incorrectly about me that Donald Trump and Bill Clinton spent time on Epstein Island. Wrong." What's funny is Bill Clinton was like on how many flights with Chris Tucker and Kevin Spacey?
Yeah.
Just a weird combo.
And a weird painting of him, I believe.
Look, I can't speak for Bill, but I have never been to Epstein Island, nor anywhere close, and until tonight's false and defamatory statement, have never been accused of being there, not even by the fake news media. Noah, a total loser, better get his facts straight and get them straight fast. It looks like I'll be sending my lawyers to sue this poor, pathetic, talentless dope of an MC and suing him for plenty, $. Ask little George Slopadopoulos, that's what I call him, and others, there are others, how that all worked out. Also ask CBS, get ready, Noah. I'm going to have some fun with you. President DJT. Now, look, he should, suing, it's not going to work because he's a comedian. No. It's not the same as a news outlet. But it does serve a purpose to highlight just obviously how dishonest it is. Like, he's in the place where there are plenty of people who have actually been to Epstein Island. He's in a place with celebrities who no doubt have traveled with the Clintons.
Didn't call any of those guys out.
Didn't call any of them out. So instead, he decides to create material based on a lie and, curry some favor with those folks. He's allowed in at the cocktail parties. It's a cool kids club. And that's why I don't like when we see these podcast bros desperately trying to be a part of that cool kids club. Like, I don't want to be a part of it. I have plenty of friends. I could use a few enemies. Get away from me. It's weird to see people now as sort of online media becomes mainstream, people morphing. Today's, Bill Burrs or some of the people who we just referenced could be tomorrow's Trevor Noah. That's how I see it going. Now, speaking of the industry, this is a time where everything is shifting. And it really is a bad time, I will say, for media, the entertainment industry. Like, I would say it was at its best when cable sort of got to the point Breaking Bad, and then online streaming started getting some good content where you were able to cut the cable, and there were really only about 2 or 3 subscriptions. Basically, you had Hulu, you maybe had Netflix, you had Amazon, maybe HBO. You saved some money and you had access to the better content. And then it became a licensing play because there is no place more greedy than Hollywood, including oil companies, where you will now pay for HBO and not have an HBO-produced exclusive show like Westworld. You have to pay for it per episode on Apple TV because they license it and they do some massaging with their taxes. And then you have Netflix, Amazon, HBO, Shudder, Showtime, Paramount Plus, Peacock, Apple,
Hulu,
Disney, Hulu, ESPN, all of these, and it's more expensive than cable. And you at least had the saving grace of, well, if I pay the subscription, I don't have ads. Now you have ads in addition to your subscription, and they're not skippable. That is all because of greed, just to be clear. There's no reason that it has to suck that badly. And what'll happen is piracy will make a comeback. You're already starting to see that now. They'll fight it, and it'll correct itself, and then they'll try and adopt it. Okay, we went a little bit too far, and they'll find another way to squeeze the consumer and be greedier while condemning you for wanting to keep more of your hard-earned tax dollars. That's how it goes. And to see the shift of all of this, to see how elitist they are, like Melania, by the way, it was the best opening weekend for a documentary in a decade. And I would say it's important to note because it's a documentary about Melania Trump. I think the last one was Michael Moore's Fahrenheit 9/11, in which he said Cuba had better health care than the United States. So one is going against the grain, Melania. Hollywood does not want to see that succeed. You can see the Rotten Tomatoes, the critics versus audience score. The other one, Michael Moore, before he looked like a Walter White in transition, he was the darling of Hollywood. 11% to 99%. There's another story, though, too, and I don't even know this guy's politics. I assume that he's probably moderate left. Markiplier. So he did this film, The Iron Lung, and I guess it was an adaptation of a video game. It's about a convict who's sent in a submarine to explore a moon with an ocean made of blood after this event called the Silent Rapture. So the budget was $3 million. It made $28 million at the box office. That's unbelievable. The critics gave it 50%. Usually if you see critics give something 50%, that means it could just as easily be good or bad. Often it's good, but they don't want to give it credit. The audience gave it 89%. That's a pretty strong indicator. Ooh. It was created, meaning written, directed, produced by Markiplier, who was a huge YouTuber. I'm sure he still is. I don't know if he's, at one point I think it was the biggest YouTube channel on earth, or certainly top 5. The submarine itself was even like, it was built out of painted wood. And it did so well that then Hollywood, right, the ones who want to give a voice to the people, that's why art is so important. Art is so important because it allows the voiceless to have a voice, unless it's a completely independent content creator who largely did it on his own, wrote, directed, produced, and even helped with the set pieces, starred in it as well. Well, we can't allow that to be on the charts, so we'll just wipe it off. Here he is reacting.
So this is funny. This is on Friday. The box office numbers, I'm number 1, right? I milked it a lot. I said it. It was very funny. I knew that Sam Raimi's movie was going to pass me eventually by the end of the weekend, but I was like, ha, I'm number 1. But then I didn't see this yesterday, but here's Saturdays. So this is Saturday, right? I swear I was on this list, but Iron Lung isn't here anymore. There's no numbers for Iron Lung. They took me off the chart. And I thought, hey, maybe that's a fluke. Maybe there's something wrong, but here's Sunday. I wake up this morning, which reports the day before his numbers. I'm gone. I'm not even above Hamnet. I'm nowhere. Zootopia's back up here. Avatar's up here. Melania's up here. I feel like I should just, like maybe I'd be fine with here. I'd be fine with being on the chart. Why'd you take me off the chart? I feel like I deserve to be on the chart.
Because you do.
And just like Nicki Minaj, we're a voice of, look, isn't she great? She's a minority. That one, the Nicki Minaj. Oh, she says something we don't like? Well, we'll do away with her. Markiplier. He looks like he has some Asian in him. I'm not entirely sure. Not fully white. They should be supporting his voice. Yeah. Oh, but wait, we can't control him? Remember YouTube? I don't know if you remember this, but it was YouTube. It's supposed to be you. I was one of you. In 2006, 2009, said YouTube, the great thing is you can build an audience. You can bypass the gatekeepers until it gets to the point where, oh, wait, you is conservative? Well, then we'll demonetize you and we'll make sure that no one can find you. Everyone knows that it's just lip service. But to see how corrupt and evil it is when those in positions of power, and yes, it's the entertainment, media, big tech industrial complex. They're all one and the same. They want to determine which voices actually get heard. And it's one thing to strip the voices of people who've earned it for disagreeing with you, but at the same time, they amplify evil ones. The ones that tell you to transition your children. The ones who tell you abortion up until and including birth on demand, taxpayer funded period. The ones who say, hey, all cultures and all countries are equal and we should replace all of you. We're kind of saying the same thing. We're just pointing out, going, well, yeah, but you silence anyone who disagrees with you, and you amplify voices trans and kids and destroying society. They go, yeah, but we silence everyone who says the stuff we don't like, but we amplify the voices of trans and kids in destroying society. Isn't that great? And then you have people who grifted off the right who are really, really quick to jump into that. And then you have people who are on the right too, who simply also collect the Benjamins and, don't understand the actual enemy that we're facing. We could lose all the momentum that we've generated here. We could. And I see it going on around us quite a bit. So you let us know what you think. I'm sure they'll come up with an excuse. Oh, actually, we didn't include it. It was just it was an oversight.
There's a typo.
Yeah.
Wouldn't he have been number one still for the weekend?
He wouldn't have been number one, but he would have been top 3, top 4.
$28 million. Who else had more as an opening weekend?
Yeah. And you know what? That generates momentum. That generates buzz, where then 28 million becomes 60 million, becomes 100 million. Hey, why should he have to forego that?
Lane the Brain saying he thinks he would have been number one on the chart. So here's as just a casual observer. I don't know movies that well. I just go see ones that I think look good, right? And I don't always pick right. I understand.
Yes, you pick wrong.
And I always tell you it's a good movie, even if I picked wrong, because I want you to share in my grief and sorrow.
Transformers.
Listen, let's not go there. We don't need to do that. But number one, I saw it and I was like, oh, I kind of want to go see that. I mean, it must be a good movie.
Yeah.
I'm looking for good movies right now. There's not a lot. That's how it would happen. Number 5, I'm less impressed. Even though number 5 is amazing for something like that, I'm less impressed because I'm just a casual observer. But number 1, number 2,
but even number 5
3,
on a $3 million budget.
Of course, but I have to do more digging for that. I'm just saying, as the casual, I'm scrolling through number 1 movie. Well, heck, I got to go see that. Takes a crowd to attract a crowd sometimes. That's the mentality. Oh, a lot of people saw it. I should probably go see it.
Right.
Cool.
By the way, you've been knocked out of the spot with your bad movie recommendations because my father, he said, I don't know, your mom didn't really like it. He's like, but I think you'll enjoy it.
Uh-oh.
Don't watch it. It's the movie Anniversary on Apple TV with Diane Lane, who, by the way, looks good for like 60-something, but she's always looked like a pretty 60-year-old woman, even when she was 30. And I was watching it, and I knew, my dad's like, yeah, it's left, but I think you'll appreciate it. And I was watching it, and I turned to my woman, I said, I've never struck my father in the face. And I wouldn't out of respect, but like I'm really imagining it right now because there's no part of this felt like did he troll me? Did he? Because if so, he's wasting my time. Which
I paid him. I didn't want to be the worst.
Seems like
my God!
Seems like a fun guy that he's messing with you like this.
It could be, but I was so mad, like I couldn't fall asleep. I'm like, how could you recommend that? It was. It's like about a MAGA person who destroys a family, and Diane Lane is a professor at Georgetown, and she claims she's not left, she's not right, she just wants to be a free artist. Meanwhile, she jokes about late-term abortions, and she's a socialist. And then, they start the MAGA becomes a new government, and they bring on everyone dies at the end. Spoiler alert! And it makes zero sense. It makes zero sense. Like in that one, it's the conservatives who are spray painting individuals' homes because of their political persuasion. In that one, it's the conservatives who are looting stores.
Yeah. Right.
The old switcheroo.
Yeah, it's like you're like this. They just can't write it because they can't objectively see how people behave.
Right.
So it's the worst. It's probably the worst, most aggravating film I have seen in a decade.
Well, I'm very happy to hear that so that I'm not the worst anymore.
Yeah. With that guy from Friday Night Lights and Bloodline, the Sean Hannity lookalike.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Anyway.
Yeah.
All right.
It would have been number 2, by the way. Lane the Brain put it in number 2.
Okay.
As of, I think, Sunday. So again, I would have been piqued my interest still. Number 1, number 2, fine. Like I said, maybe even number 3, but down to number 5, I'm like, off the list completely.
Why is that not an important voice? Someone doing it on his own.
I know. It's huge. You don't want him to succeed, I guess. Who knows? Kyle Chandler, that's the name that you were looking for.
Overlook all of Weinstein's crimes for decades. Silence someone who's completely independent while telling everyone that you lift up voices.
And then forget about Weinstein's crimes when he's released from prison.
Yeah.
But
he is not in prison.
I heard it was the Jews.
He's out and about fondling women right now.
Until they ask
I don't know if
Weinstein.
he's fondling women anymore.
No, I don't think he has much power.
No.
But there's probably somebody out there. He's like, hey, kid, you want to get out of the car wash and get into my car?
Yeah.
And she's like, yeah.
I don't think that's her response.
I hate the car wash. They always make me do the drying.
Yeah, that's what she says.
I'll do the washing.
I'll take my chances with you, Mr. Fat Gangrene Penis. It's true, he had gangrene on his wings.
She probably sounded more like, no, gracias.
No, thank you. Your car is dry now. You go.
My green card not that important.
You're still here on YouTube. Remember when we could say whatever we wanted on YouTube and people didn't have to censor out words like gay? See, even that, right? That's not even a swear word. Or the word sex. Even if you're just talking about it, you're not saying anything profane. That's why I live stream on Rumble 5 days a week. Go subscribe over there on Rumble, where you get the live show every single day. If you're still using this archaic form of delivery for information on YouTube, I don't want to judge, but your father hates you.